right
because
onto
not
Hiller
everybody
Road.
experiences EPI the same way, which is why it's so important to open up to your doctor about all your symptoms. And the good news is, EPI is manageable, so don't keep a lid on it. Go to
2.2 miles.
identifyepi.com,
Turn right onto
complete the
Commerce
symptom
Road.
checker, and use it to have a conversation with your doctor. Don't keep a lid on it. Visit identifyepi.com. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you could post your job to some job board, but most of the time that job board will overwhelm you with tons of the wrong resumes that you then have to sort through. That's definitely not smart. Thankfully, there's the smart way to hire. That's ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology scans thousands of resumes to identify people with the right skills and experience, and actively invites them to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack. That's why ZipRecruiter is rated #1 by employers in the U.S. Try ZipRecruiter now for free at ZipRecruiter.com/GoBlue. That's ZipRecruiter.com/GoBlue. Once again, ZipRecruiter.com/GoBlue. ZipRecruiter. Smart Smart. Preferred hiring partner of the Michigan Wolverines. Based on Trustpilot rating and hiring sites with over 1,000 reviews. It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch, or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start a meeting. Huddle happy. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free Zoom
In 1
room trial
mile,
today.
turn right
That's
onto Commerce Road.
Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Financial wants to cover the cost of your appraisal at the closing on a conventional loan. Call us today for your free appraisal, 248-308-5000, or go to davidhallmortgage.com. Lower payments, better options, more personal attention.
Hall Financial is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 1467435. The Detroit Pistons host the Philadelphia 76ers tomorrow night at Little Caesars Arena. At 97.1 The Ticket, Street Team will be there before the game. Hoagie and Rojo broadcast live starting at 6. Get your tickets now for this matchup or any Detroit Pistons home game from the LCA box office. Ticketmaster by phone at 248-377-0100, the Detroit Pistons app, or from Pistons.com. The Philadelphia 76ers are coming to Little Caesars Arena to take on the Detroit Pistons tomorrow night. Get more at 971theticket.com. The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
There's Jackson trying to get inside. Clinton sends it out top. Griffin for a three, and that's gone. Good job. 45-36. Pistons down by 9.
I don't even know how that's relevant. They lost by 30. Why did you play that? Right, no, Pistons highlight. Yeah, a lot of enthusiasm. I don't get a chance to play these highlights from the Pistons much, and you won't. Ticket texts are coming in. The obstinance of this fan base, which is tiny, is remarkable. I don't get why Rob Beard thinks the Pistons won't trade Drummond or Jackson. The Pistons need a shakeup. Well, it's simple. They won't trade Jackson because nobody wants him. He's no damn good. And they won't trade Drummond because he's OBF, owner's best friend. I get the Pistons are not that good, but could you agree we're in a better place with Casey instead of SVG? Straw man. Okay, you're in a better place. What does it mean? Nothing. It means nothing. Isn't this just like the Jerry Stackhouse Pistons? Yes. Pistons are a disaster. They need to turn Bullock and Stanley into draft picks.
Turn
Who's
right
giving
onto
you
Commerce
picks for
Road.
those two? Here it is. Pistons have beaten some of the best. They're one trade away from being able to compete. Blake needs a star. Did you miss the part where I said you have no pathway to any of that? That's the point. You can't acquire that star. What is wrong with some of you? Thanks for speaking the truth. I'm so sick of people defending this trash team. I don't get what the psychology of a fan is to want to defend the indefensible. Or want to not live in reality. You're a bottom-rung East playoff team with warning track power, at best. No plan, no pathway, and an outright refusal to rebuild it the right way. And you are locked
In a
into
quarter
two
mile,
untradeable
turn
targets.
right onto Orchard Woods Drive.
And yet some of you want to shill for this team. Like, I understand the people whose paychecks are signed by it. I mean, look, man, they got to look in the mirror and pay the rent. But for a fan base,
Turn right
and
onto
before you
Orchard
call
Woods
up and
Drive.
talk to me about, oh, well, all they need is X, Y, and Z, you better think about how they're going to get it. Yeah, good thing you gave up that draft pick to get Blake Griffin. You know what that pick turned into? Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who's he would already be
Turn
your
left
second.
onto Old Orchard Trail.
Looks like the best guard in that draft. Looks like the fourth best player in that draft.
In
Oh, you keep doing it
1.7
your way.
miles,
You
turn
keep
right
trotting out
onto
the
Pontiac
D-League
Trail.
All-Stars. I mean, Sully, what is your take on it? You're an NBA guy. I know you're a LeBronanista, but you still watch the league. This is still your hometown team.
Yeah, I don't think the Pistons are any good. Evan and I were kind of just talking back here, and then he had pointed out a stat that he was looking up earlier. Kind of what we're talking about with the Pistons getting blown out. They've had 3 games this year where they've been blown out by 20 points or more, and the entire Eastern Conference has had like 2. So the Pistons are just, they have
They're
these
down
games
by
that-
20 every time they play some of the best teams. I think the only one that didn't happen was Warriors game Saturday.
Yeah.
The Warriors didn't want to be here. They were zombies. I was at the game.
Right, with how the NBA is, I think there's such a small number of teams every year that can actually win it. Pistons aren't one of them.
No,
You
but
look
the
at-
point is they're not getting better.
No.
There's no pathway to getting better. It's not about whether they're going to win the title or not. And if you
Well,
can't...
it ultimately is.
No,
and
but
they're
not
just-
in the short term. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, unless you're the Warriors, you suck. That's not my point. The premise is Milwaukee's getting better. I can tell you how, but you don't care. Philly has the way to get better. Toronto has a way to get better. You do not.
It's like a purgatory almost.
Yes.
Which you could argue that's worse than just
It
being bad.
is.
Where you don't really have, you're kind of middle of the
I'd rather
road.
be the Phoenix Suns who are 4-20 and go, look, we've bombed on some draft picks, on Alex Len, on Dragon Bender, and it sure looks like on Josh Jackson. But guess what? With Booker and
1
Ayton
mile,
and a
turn
ping
right
pong
onto
ball
Pontiac
bouncing
Trail.
in the summer, they could be trotting Zion Williamson out there, all right? I can't sell any of this. And nobody wants to call a spade a spade. Everyone wants to use hot button terms like exciting, fun. I got another F word for you. And it's followed by you. This is nonsense. It is a waste of time and money. It is super mediocrity. You are in purgatory. And every time they're playing these good teams, dude, they're down 20 against Toronto, down 20 against Philly, down 20 against Boston, down 20 against Milwaukee. What are we doing?
I think that, we hear some of the vocal fans
Yeah,
who
like I
are
beat by
against it.
50 by the Hornets.
Most fans realize this, though. I mean, Pistons are 28th in the league in attendance right now. People aren't going to games. There's not an interest to go to these games.
No, because they're unwatchable.
The only interest is when the marquee players and teams come
I
out.
was in that arena Saturday night. Half the place was Golden State fans. It was outer space. Here, we'll knock down the one call we got and then we'll move because I get frustrated talking about it. Because the league is at an all-time high right now. The product is awesome, and we're stuck with this. David's in Oak Park.
Mike, how are you?
I'm frustrated, but I'm all right.
I can tell, but just let me say this. I played the game. I'm not one of the fans that call in and have only looked at the game from a spectator viewpoint. The Pistons are what they are, as you said. And I will say this, okay? Regular season is one thing, but when you're talking playoff ball, it's an entirely different animal. And I would rather have 2 bigs that I can go to in the paint. Okay, one of them virtually unstoppable, than to talk about this nonsense. All they got to do is make the playoffs. It is anybody's ball game.
Nice.
And
You know.
so that's what I think. I mean, I
But
don't care
David,
what
you're
you
denying
they
reality,
got
though.
they got 2 quality bigs. And
In a game that doesn't value bigs, they're built like it's
when you say
2001.
that Drummond is worthless, when you say that Drummond is worthless,
Turn right onto Pontiac Trail.
that are absolute foolish. I
That's not what's necessary. He clogs the paint on offense.
But look at that record. We'll see that record at the end of the year.
Yeah, just like last year.
It'll be an entirely different animal.
Hey, David, for a guy who played the game,
In half a mile, turn right onto Orchard Lake Road.
Shut up. I played the game. Blow it out your ass. You don't know what you're talking about. I'd rather have two quality bigs. Sign 2,000. Nobody else cares. Drumming on offense, useless. You cut off the pick and roll, he's got nothing. He's never developed a pet move of note. He's never developed a 16, 18-foot jumper. Goodbye. Oh, but the tip-ins. Yeah, it's great for $27 million a year. Tip-ins are my offense. I love when it's I played the game guy, and then they make no sense and act like a dude who never played the game. Two quality bigs. Nobody cares. You have no point guard play. You have no
Turn right
wing
onto
play.
Orchard Lake
And
Road.
when push comes to shove, the pixie dust of Ish Smith for the first time in his career being a three-point shooter, or Stanley Johnson doing his 2-week cha-cha where he can hit a jump shot. Hey, here's Stanley lifetime from three. 30%, 29%. Lifetime? 2 weeks. You played the game. Playoffs are anybody's game. What are you talking
In
about?
3.4 miles, turn left onto Northwestern Highway.
Sully's sitting there staring off into the distance. You can't even believe what just came through that phone.
Just read another text. I know, hey, he played. He knows, but he knows better.
Yeah, sure.
He played the game.
Yeah, he sounded like it. Sounded real high level. Mike Valena here, Capital Mortgage Funding. We all know the mortgage industry has changed, and you've heard about Harry Glanz, Dan Burke, the entire staff at Capital Mortgage Funding. Local company, part of the community. So what in the hell does that mean for you? Well, let's get to it. Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOGO. No outrageous fees, costs. They don't put you into a terrible program like other companies do. And at Capital,
In 1.2
been around a
miles,
long time.
turn right
They'll
onto
do what's
Middle Belt
best
Road.
for you. Great time to buy a new home, take advantage of all-time rates. It's all there for you. Trust me, those rates are only going up. Might go up as many as 3 times next year. Lock in now. Do it with the best. It's Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800. Capital Mortgage Funding. Best bank.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Middle Belt Road.
Hi, I'm Adam Hoffman from Pirate Dome. I always say the best roof is the one that's installed properly. Pirate Dome is the only local company that pre-screens its contractors. So when it's time for a new roof, let my pre-screen contractors compete for your business. Just visit piratedome.com.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. The past week, there have been a lot of people who've had a lot of thoughts on LeBron and how he should play. And not just knuckleheads either, but Twitter warriors. I'm talking guys like Magic, Kobe, KD. And then you've got all the Twitter morons piling on alongside these takes. And what was LeBron's response to all of that? 42, 6, 5, and 2 in a win over the Spurs. And since he won't say it, I will. Get off this guy's back. LeBron is doing his thing, and right now LeBron's thing is working. They're only a game back of Golden State in the West. They're 2 games out of first place in the Western Conference. And this during a season where a lot of dope said before the year, they wouldn't even make the postseason. And they're doing it without Rajon Rondo. Teammate Josh Hart said it best. It's amazing, and people should really stop criticizing, shut up, and witness greatness when it's happening. Quote, end quote.
Turn right onto Middle
What
Belt
he
Road.
said. I'm Jim Rome.
Hey guys, good news. The outrageously expensive
In
Little
4
Blue
miles,
Pill is now
turn
generic,
left onto West
which means
13
you can
Mile
get the
Road.
prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices, and Hims makes it extra affordable. Right now, get your first month supply for free. All you pay is just $5 for your medical consultation when you go to 4Hims.com/body. After that, it's just $30 for a month's supply. Sure beats paying big bucks for just one blue pill, doesn't it? Plus, you won't need an awkward in-person doctor's appointment to get the prescription. Hims has doctors online who can prescribe the medication, and a pharmacy sends it right to your door. It's affordable, private, and incredibly easy. Nobody likes dealing with ED. Now, thanks to Hims, nobody has to. And that's really good news. To get your first order for just $5, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/body. That's 4hims.com/body for your first month for just $5. 4hims.com/body. See website
$229.99. $50 off an Xbox One X console. And $80 off a Shark robotic vacuum. Save big with Santa Bucks and great holiday deals at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See your ad for all the deals.
If you're interested in getting out of your old car and into a new SUV with no monthly payments till March 2019, turn up your radio now.
You should be driving a Kia. Summit Place Kia. Summit Place Kia.
Over mileage on your lease, upside down in your loan, Summit Place Kia will help terminate your current lease or loan and get you approved in a new Kia SUV with no monthly payments until March 2019. Plus, Summit Place Kia in Clinton Township and Summit Place Kia in Auburn Hills can get you approved for not just one, but two 2019 Kia Souls for just $222 per month or two 2019 Kia Sportage SUVs for one month payments of $333 per month. Credit amnesty is back. Bring home $350 a week. Our lenders can get you approved with no monthly payments until March 2019. It's Summit Place Kia in Clinton Township and Summit Place Kia in Auburn Hills. Call 1-800-NEW-KIAs or SummitPlaceKia.com. Basis 39 lakhs per car. Plus tax and tag. No security deposit. Negative trade and refinancing. New loan subject to lender approval. Expires 1/2/19.
For your holiday parties, Crank's Catering is the answer. They have the largest off-site catering company in the country, specializing in bringing hot, delicious food directly to you. Visit crankscatering.com for more information, including menus. That's crankscatering.com.
Now available for download. Always Aggravated. A Mindful ID signature podcast. Get it on radio.com and Apple iTunes.
I gotta tell you, that felt good. That was a productive 30 minutes right there. It was exciting. Get that off my chest. And then watch all the rats scurry. Ticket text coming in. Adams and Royal Oak. Thoughts on trading Blake? I'm not going to read the rest of this. Nobody's taking that contract. You got suckered. I think a Stafford song parody should be made from Little Drummer Boy. I'm not going to repeat the lyrics. But yes, Little Ummer Boy. We
In
talked about
2.1 miles, turn left
basketball
onto
is a
in
guards
2.1
game.
miles,
Even in the 90s,
turn
you
left
needed
onto
guard
West
play to win
13 Mile
playoff
Road.
series. Right, but David in Oak Park, he played the game. Cool story. The dude who played the game sounds like he knows nothing. Maybe he meant 2K. Pistons are a joke. I don't waste my time. SVG ruined their chance of improving with the terrible picks. What do you expect them this year without any picks? Well, Jim, look, that's part of my point. I mean, just don't champion it. Don't go out there and just burp hot takes and use words like fun or exciting. Or if you're not watching, no, stop. What does fun and exciting equate to? Nothing. Fun and exciting is if you're a young team on the come up, right? That's fun and exciting. You got a bunch of first-round draft picks that are gelling, learning to play together. That's when I use words like fun and exciting. Being capped out with no draft assets, with no true first-round talents, and watching this team of D-leaguers surrounded with two antiquated bigs, one of whom is like 65% of the dude he used to be. Yeah, it's not exciting. Exciting is the Denver Nuggets with 9 players under the age of 23. Stars. Pathways to being good. That's exciting. Exciting is watching the Sixers, who had 2 young stars and then had the capital to go get a third in Jimmy Butler. That's exciting. Pathway. You know what's exciting? Watching Giannis body bag Blake last night. And they played you without their second best player, and Giannis only gave you like 15 or 16, and they blew you out. Anybody have anything else to say back there? I don't want to feel like I took the oxygen out of the room. Mike, David, I don't care. I would ask Roberto, but he don't watch basketball.
No, I mean, I didn't play at the level that the previous caller did, so I probably can't speak on it. No, I'm just messing. But I think that with the Pistons right now, like I kind of said, there's just no there's no excitement, there's no buzz because it's that state of purgatory where, at least if you're
In
going
1 mile,
one direction or the
turn
other, we
left
talk
onto
about the
West
Red Wings,
13
right? We
Mile
talk about
Road.
the Tigers. At least they're having a clear direction of what the organization wants to do. But to just be stuck in neutral where, okay, you know what? What's the point? And that's what I always ask people. When people want to talk about the Pistons and say that they're good, I just always have one simple question. What's the ceiling for this team there? What do you think the true ceiling is for the Pistons? And usually the answer is, oh, you know, a 5 seed or a 6 seed. And I'm like, okay, well, that's really not that good when you think about it.
Well, and again, and if you're a young team, right, and you're gelling and you're getting better, making the playoffs or getting a 5 seed, that's a different goal.
It brings experience value to the table.
But that's not what's needed, and that's not what this team is. They're capped out. They had so few dollars to spend this summer, they had to let their most productive bench player walk away in Anthony Tolliver. What's your pathway to getting better? If it's praying that Stanley Johnson in year 5 actually can shoot better than his 29% career from 3, cool. Yeah, currently doing it for a 2-week stretch. I ain't buying that. Is it Ish Smith, who's played for 11 teams and is a try-hard guy, all of a sudden going to shoot 40% from deep all year? Sorry.
Well, the issue is, and this is my opinion, this is what I believe. I think that there's an owner who
Has no idea what he's doing.
Well, specifically with that, you have an owner who mandated that Blake Griffin was on the team and Andre Drummond on the team. He wanted those guys on the team. He wanted them signed because he likes both of those guys. Whether that be he's close with them, him wanting the superstar with Blake Griffin. But I think that came from the top with Stan, and I think that's exactly what he implements from the top on down. He wants Blake and Drummond to be that core of the team. And that's what this team's been built around. Personally, I don't blame Dwayne Casey one bit. I think he took this job over, he's worked with what he's dealt with, and this was specifically from the owner. Here's your chips. And Dwayne
Stay
Casey
in the
is doing
left
what he can
lane.
with these chips. You'll never hear me rip on Dwayne Casey or say he's not doing a good job.
No.
Because it's just what he's
Turn left
given
onto West
from
13
the
Mile
owner.
Road.
That's why if I were Casey, I wouldn't have taken the job.
Sure.
Would have waited a year, done TV, and gotten a better gig. But whatever, dude.
In a quarter
He's
mile,
getting paid.
take
He's
a
doing
slight
his
right
thing.
turn onto Northwestern
Casey's a
Highway.
quality NBA coach. But how's that attendance looking? Oh wait, 28th in basketball. Got it. If you again, look at Mike. If I had to ask you right now, what's the pathway to them getting a top 4 or 5 seed and then advancing? It's things like Blake playing 82 games, Blake averaging 30 and 15, Ish Smith shooting career best from deep,
Use the right
Stanley
2
shooting
lanes to
career
take a
best
slight
from
right
deep,
turn onto Northwestern
Luke Kennard
Highway.
actually becoming an NBA player, no injuries anywhere. It's ridiculous. Also, I can build out a scenario that you might be able to win a playoff series. It's ridiculous. And yet, locally, I can't even believe some of the things that I read. I mean, who's your best player on this roster under 25? Who is it? Under 23. How about that? Who's your best player on this roster under 23? Who is it? Not interested. The answer's nobody. Or if you wanted to rank out like the top 100 trade assets in basketball, I don't think you have one. Griffin is not an asset. Now with that contract, it's the same reason John Wall's not an asset. Drummond's not an asset. Jackson's not an asset. Stanley Johnson's not an asset. Bullock, Ish, not assets. Zaza, not an asset. Who? You want to tell me Luke Kennard? Show me the line around the block to trade for Luke Kennard. That's my point.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn right onto
saying
Inkster
you want
Road.
to trade Reggie because
Nobody wants him.
sorry, you have to have a trade partner to get rid of a player.
Philly's backup point guard has more value than Reggie Jackson, TJ McConnell.
Yeah.
He's a better player on a better deal.
And the other team has to agree to want that player.
But nobody wants Reggie. And nobody wants Drummond. Go ahead, Mike, real quick, and then I've got one more thing.
No, I pretty much summed it up.
Okay, good talk. So we got Who Am I at, what are we doing here? Who Am I at, you got College Blitz and Who Am I? What are we doing?
Yeah,
You pick.
College Blitz would be great.
Let's do it now. Let's do it now. And then we'll kind of, we'll do a slow walk up into Roberto's game, and we'll kind of get moving. You want to do the Blitz at 3:15?
Sounds great.
Okay. I got a quick Lions note for you. We'll do it next. 97.1.
When you buy a new Ford F-Series truck during our holiday sales event, you're not just buying a truck. You're sending a message to the world that says, yeah, I can help. Because now you're the friend with the Ford truck. You'll move coworkers, haul lumber, and build everything from tree houses to Serenity sheds. Now you're the one everyone counts on. And you wouldn't have it any other way. Ford F-Series, built for the holidays.
Turn right
Built
onto Inkster
for
Road.
proud.
Current Easy Plan lessees can lease a 2018 F-150 for $139 a month for 24 months, with $2,759 due at signing. Payment includes renewal cash, waived security deposit, and acquisition fee. Excludes title, taxes, and
In
license
13
fees.
miles,
All lessees
turn
will
right
qualify
onto
for
Sheridan
full
Street.
credit red carpet low mileage lease. Some exclusions may apply. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by January 2nd, 2019. Release a 2018 Ford F-150 for $139 a month for 24 months. Now, at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
We all want more for less. It's Spectrum delivers. Spectrum TV includes your favorite sports channels and thousands of titles free on demand. With satellite, you need special equipment just to watch on demand. Call 833-302-8998. And Spectrum Internet has speeds of 200 megabits. Get Spectrum TV and Internet for $89.98 a month. Best of all, with Spectrum, there are no contracts. You'll need to buy out your current contract up to $500. Call 833-302-8998. Comparison based on DirecTV.com and Dish.com as a 102518. Visit Spectrum.com for offer restrictions and details.
Hey Northville, Victoria here from the newest Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Northville on Haggerty Road, just south of 8 Mile, across from Costco. Get a precision haircut, hot towel treatment, and hot lather neck shape for a great price. Lady Jane's in Northville, where we believe success favors a well-groomed. Lady Jane's in Northville, it's wicked awesome. This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike O'Hara of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, call 877-734-2200.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. The radio.com station. Sports headlines all day, every day. This is 97.1. The Ticket.
Lions practicing today. No Kerryon Johnson on the practice field. He remains sidelined with a knee issue. It'll be Detroit versus Arizona on Sunday. The Cards have just 3 wins on the season, coming off a late victory over the Packers, however. Their head coach Steve Wilkes believes they'll have momentum on their side against the Lions, regardless of Arizona's injuries.
I think so, because when you really look at it, the last couple of weeks with them, really haven't set us back. Even coming into this game, dealing with certain injuries. So, again, I think the Bucs in the locker room, those guys are very confident that whoever's in there, we're going to ride behind those individuals and get the job done.
It'll be a 4:25 kickoff on Sunday in Glendale. Wings versus Maple Leafs tonight in Toronto. Detroit coming off a 6-5 shootout loss on Tuesday, where they also lost Danny DeKeyser for multiple weeks with a hand injury. 7 o'clock game time at Scotiabank Arena. Pre-game coverage here on the Ticket at 6:40. With Nathan Eovaldi signing a new deal with the Red Sox worth a reported $67.5 million over 4 years. John Heyman of FanCred says that the Yankees are turning their attention toward J.A. Happ, who finished last season on New York's roster. The Yankees were also outbid by the Nationals for Patrick Corbin earlier in the week after they were unwilling to give him a 6th year in a deal. And Pistons guard Ish Smith receiving an MRI today after being forced to leave last night's game with a groin strain. Detroit's next game is tomorrow night against the 76ers. From the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. For more, we're at 971theticket.com. Blitz at 3:15, do the Who Am I game at 3:30, and then I like this Rothstein piece in ESPN. I think it's a real thought-provoking piece. We'll get to that at 4. I grew up with the going-to-work crew, and basketball meant something in this town. Sad to see the Pistons so dysfunctional. I don't know what to say, man. I don't. But I don't blame people. You don't hear me going crazy that no one calls in about it. What is there to talk about? I'm really only speaking to the very vocal minority or certain, not interesting. It's not exciting. It's not fun. And I'm not hopeful. And I've laid out facts to back up that. It's dishonest. And what Tom Gores is doing. They're trying to sell you that there's a plan. There is none.